Boom! Welcome gamers, another monitor review just for you. Now, as you all know, I've reviewed a lot of, maybe a few AOC monitors before, but today is different because this is gonna be the first time that I'm gonna be reviewing a curved monitor and a 240Hz gaming monitor. And I'm very much excited to share to you my experience in going from 60 to 144 and then finally to 240HZ. So without further ado, I present to you AOC's G272ZE. Okay, so let's start off from the outside. First off, it comes with this AOC standard packaging, just like how I always unbox AOC monitors before, which consists of the platform, the stand, the wires, and last but not least, the monitor. The wires that are included is a power cable, of course, an HDMI, and one DisplayPort cable. Very easy to set up as it is a toolless monitor. Basically, you don't need tools to actually just spin a little bit. Just prop in the stand on the base and prop the base and the stand onto the monitor, and voila, you're done. Unfortunately, with this one, there's not a lot of adjustments you can do. You can't adjust the height. You can't swivel left and right. What you can do is basically tilt up and down. So if you're planning to get this monitor, then I suggest you make sure that your workplace is prepped for the standard height of this monitor. Now for the ports behind, there are two HDMI slots, one DisplayPort slot, one audio in, which I don't use, as I said before, and of course the power cable slot. And that's it. You're all set. Easy as pie. Which I don't really get why they call it easy as pie. I mean, pie is not quite easy to make. It should be like easy as hot dog. I don't know. But anyways, someone in my comment section before asked if it has a VESA wall mount slot, which fortunately this one has. It has like a VESA wall mount slot for 100 by 100 millimeters. If you are pretty much a bezel passion person, then this one is pretty much borderless. Somewhat. It has a little bit of thing here at the left, at the right, at the top, maybe a third of an inch. So before I would go any further, I would just post the specs right here on the screen so you guys can pause it if you like. You know, take a second look, make up your mind with these specs. Check out the refresh rate, the response time, all of those. Now moving on to the inside of the monitor. So the OSD settings is pretty much the same as the other AOC monitor, so I'm not gonna dive into it. So if you wanna see in-depth details of the OSD adjustments, then I suggest you watch this video of mine before. Now with all the specs that I've showed you earlier, going from 60 to 144, from 240HZ is a bit of a tricky situation for me because honestly, since I don't know the technicalities of some of those terms, not all of them, some of those terms, there's a big difference with going from 60 to 144, but going from 144 to 240HZ, it's quite subtle, the differences. I feel it, but I can certainly say that you won't be able to see it if I show it to you. It's much more smoother. I think your reaction times will be more precise to what you're playing. I usually play Valorant, Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, all the FPS shooters, Escape from Tarkov. Switching to 240HZ and playing those games definitely made the experience less stressful to my eyes, to my hand. It's just overall makes me more relaxed. Also, did I mention that I think the size of this monitor is pretty much the perfect size in gaming or in editing. So I've tried multiple tests with this monitor, like the UFO test, which basically tests your frame rate, capacity, refresh rate, and to see if you have ghostings or whatever. And then the EZIO test. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to say that, but yeah, EZIO test, which I'm about to show you right now. So first off is the test pattern, which checks the image quality. So the circles should be complete and round. The lines and frequency pattern should be clear and defined. As you can see, the second one would be the defective pixels on black. We have a nice black background here. Although I would say, whenever I move the mouse, I'm getting bits of blue shadows on it. I don't know if it's the sight, but it's something that won't really bother me. Defective pixels on white. and there's the defective pixels on red, the defective pixels on green, defective pixels on blue, and so on and so forth. And next is uniformity, which tests out the gray tone, the grayscales of your monitor, and it equally distributes the grayscales throughout the whole monitor. Next is color distances, which checks the extent of our monitor so it can display similar colors while keeping them differentiable. So as you can see, even if I change the colors right here, it's still very much distinguishable all the other colors here. Next is gradients. We can adjust the gradients of every color. See, the more steps that we add, the more it becomes clearer and much more smoother. Next is sharpness, which tests our monitor if it can reproduce text sharply and without any shadows. So there's the black on white and there's the white on black. Next is viewing angle. So this is where I think the curved aspect of the monitor comes in, because the circle should be the same size even if I lean to the left or even if I look to the right, which it perfectly passes. Next is gamma. Basically determines your monitor's gamma value, as you can see as we play with the change the logo's grayscale. And finally, response time. With a bigger response time, it should have like less ghosting. But if you look at colors and the background is gray, then there you might see a little bit of ghosting if it's like really fast. But if you try to change it to a different color, like the background, let's make it blue. Oh, no, not blue. Let's make the background black. It's almost like there's no ghosting, honestly. And if we change it to white, there's not much ghosting that we can see. It's the monitor's problem with gray areas that is the issue. But luckily, I found a solution for this, which is basically to adjust your contrast. If you bump up the contrast a little bit, then you would reduce the ghosting qualities of this monitor. And that's pretty much it for the EZO test. So final thoughts is, if you want a monitor that's just easy to set up, you know, easy, with the quality is still there, there's not much calibrating that you need to do, then I think this would be the perfect monitor for you. The 27-inch is the perfect size for all of us gamers, hardcore gamers, and the curved aspect of it provides you with like extra peripheral input views. Man, I'm dishing out some like really complicated words right now. I don't know. From the 2 weeks that I've gotten this monitor, I've had no problems operating. I even edit pictures and videos with this. For the price of ranging from $15,000 to $16,000, which is roughly $300+, I think it's pretty much worth it, honestly. So that's gonna be it for this quick review of C27G2ZE. I got it right. Okay, all right. If you find this information useful, please feel free to give a thumbs up. And if you have any more questions about this, then feel free to put a comment down below. And you know, let me know what you think. Are you gonna buy this? Is it too pricey for you? Is the quality good? Is it something that you just want like easily? Would you, you know, add me in Valorant? Would you like play with me? Add me on Steam? I don't know. Would you watch my streams? I don't know. Any comments, you know, are welcomed. So again, big thank you to AOC for having me test this. And thank you guys to whoever watched this video. And again, I'm Den from AOC. And as I always say, don't age, level up. Bye.